Shadi, good evening. Pleasure to have you with us.
Shufi Mafi, how are you?
شوفي ما
How's
في
everything?
ما والله. Do you know some Arabic words, Shadi?
I used to. My grandma used to teach me a lot of Arabic when I was little, but I don't remember. I don't remember almost anything. Shufi
Hopefully the good
Mafi.
ones, the good
I
words,
remember
hopefully.
I remember some prayers. Bismillah Rahman Rahim. I remember some of the prayers, but I'm not familiar with conversation. I would like to practice more, man.
Interesting, interesting.
Yeah.
Tell me first of all, how is it going? I can see the matte in front of you.
Yeah. I carry this everywhere. I'm a very big. I actually have a mate company with my dad. We're aside from soccer, I have a mate company that we sell here in US. We sell mates and yerba and the whole setup and everything. So yeah, it's going pretty well, man. I'm right now I'm in Miami and enjoying the weather. It's very hot here, so it's something different than what it was over there.
Exactly, exactly.
Yeah.
How many cups of matte do you drink per day?
Oof, I drink like I think two of these
Wow.
per day,
Oh,
2 or 3, depending.
it's good. It's good for the digestive system, for the
Yeah.
body of the sports people. I'm gonna talk today with you about your football career while you drink the mate as well, and then we're gonna hear from you
Cool,
about some
man.
details. You
Yeah.
are Shadi, possibly the first player of Syrian origin to play for Boca Juniors in the youth team. I want to hear more about this experience. How would you summarize it?
No, it was honestly an experience, a very unique experience. It was when I first went back to Argentina, because my family is Argentinian. My mom's side is Argentinian, but I never lived in Argentina up until I was 18 years old, and the experience was good. It was something that uh, I wasn't really, I didn't know what to expect because it was a new environment, very competitive environment, and I learned a lot. I mean, the time that I was there, I learned a lot. I learned how to deal with pressure. I learned how to deal with different circumstances. Me being from abroad, it was a good learning experience in general, man.
That's very nice. And also, you
Yeah,
dealt with really important people. When
yeah.
you showed me your CV, I saw a couple of really famous people there. I think the sporting director was the assistant coach of Marcelo Bielsa
Uh
in
huh.
the World Cup
Yeah.
2002.
Yeah, he was actually the one that took me to Boca Juniors. He was in. So before going to Boca, I was a little bit in Banfield, which is another team in Argentina.
Exactly.
And that's when I met Claudio Vivas, who for me is someone I have him very high up there. He's a very good coach. And when he went to Boca Juniors, he took me with him,
Mhm.
and I learned a lot with Claudio Vivas. I think he's one of the best coaches I've had, and he's someone that I can really relate to because his style of play is very similar to how I like to play. You know what I mean?
Interesting. How many years did you spend in Boca Juniors?
I spent 1 year in Banfield, and then I went 1 year to Boca Juniors, and I was gonna see if I continued in Boca Juniors, and then I left to first I left to Colombia, but I didn't end up signing in Colombia. I was there for 2 3 months, and then I went to Miami FC.
Why did you move from Boca Juniors? It's a massive club. A lot of people would say, how on earth he left Boca Juniors to go to Miami?
It was mostly because the opportunity. I mean, Boca Juniors is such a big club that the youth system is very difficult to get into the first team because it's a team
Okay.
that's so big that instead of putting a player who's 19 years old, they're gonna buy a player who's maybe 29 and he's doing, he already has a career and he has like more name. So to debut in Boca Juniors first team is something that was very difficult. So I talked about it with with my dad and I even talked about it with Claudio Vivas, and we both thought the best option for me was to continue my career in another team where I could already start playing professionally because in Boca I was getting paid, but I wasn't a professional. I wasn't playing for the first team.
For the first team. And
Yeah.
then you went to Miami, and then after that, the big move start to happen. You went to Spain. You played for three different clubs in Spain, third division. How is it
Uh-huh.
going in your current club?
Well, it's going really well. I had to actually leave a little earlier. The season is about to finish in 5 weeks, 4 weeks, and I had to come a little earlier for personal reasons with my mom. So I had to stay here for a little bit. But the team is good. I mean, in general, Spain is a country that has it lives a lot of soccer, football, it's a club, it's a country that, you know, they know a lot about football. They know about good football. They know how to play. And for me, playing professionally over there is something that I wouldn't change for anything. It's a very nice experience, and I'm looking to see if I go back to play in Spain or if I go to other countries. Right now, I'm just kind of seeing my options and talking to different coaches and different people.
What's your preference?
My preference, I mean, honestly, I would love to just keep growing, whether it's in Spain or whether it's in Italy or in any country really. I just want to keep growing my career. I want to become a player who I'm comfortable growing. I'm still 24, so I'm very young in the world of a footballer. 24 years old. I still have, you know, a long career ahead of me. If I'm safe with my injuries and if I know how to take care of myself, I think I can do a lot. So for me, it's just kind of exciting to see whether I go back to Spain to higher categories or whether I go to other countries, higher categories. I'm just kind of seeing my options, but in general, I love Europe, and US is a good option as well. I'm looking into this as well.
Oh, that's very exciting. And one thing which I have to say about you as well, you're not only young, you're very talented. You play in three different positions. You can play as a left back, which is your primary position, and also left midfielder, and you can play as a holding midfielder as well, which is
Yeah.
really exciting. So your team can benefit from you in three different ways.
Yeah. For me, I mean, the primary position, I grew up my whole life playing left mid. I always was someone that would play as a left mid, sometimes even attacking mid. But as the year started progressing, in Boca Juniors actually was the first team where Claudio Vivas sat me down and he told me, I think you can play a very good left back position because you know how to attack, you're technical on the ball,
Mm,
and you know how to go forward. So
nice.
as starting as a left back and going forward, you bring a lot more, you know, a lot of crosses, a lot of 1-2 passes, wall passes, and stuff. So I think where I mostly feel good is left back. I can play holding mid as well because I like defending and I like, you know, I like going into tackles and stuff like that. So I think I'm a player that can do a good amount of things. You know,
Who is your idol in football in left back?
that's a good question, man. Juan Pablo
Roberto
Sorin.
Carlos?
Juan
Ah,
Pablo
sorry,
Sorin
The
was
Argentinian guy with the long hair.
long hair and
Yeah,
long beard like this.
exactly.
Juan Pablo Sorin, when I was growing up, it was a good reference. And then yeah, there's a couple of Brazilian fullbacks that I like. I mean, obviously, you know, Roberto Carlos, Dani Alves, but for me, Juan Pablo Sorin, and right now, River Plate. I'm a very big River Plate fan. Very, very big River Plate
You
fan.
played for Boca Juniors and you tell me now you're River Plate fan.
Yeah, I'm very big. Look, I even have the stadium of River Plate here and everything.
That's
I,
good.
I
Boca
love
Juniors
River
didn't
Plate, but
sign you.
yeah, no, but it's a weird conflict that I have. And in
Exactly.
River Plate, they actually have a left back that's doing very well. His name is Casco, and he's actually going to be in the national team as well. Tagliafico,
I know
another left
Tagliafico, the
back I like
Ajax
a lot.
player.
Yeah, Ajax player. I look at him a lot because I think I identify myself with him. He's someone that goes up, but he likes tackles. He likes going in hard, and
Nice.
I think I'm the same. Yeah.
Exactly. That's really exciting to hear about. Like,
Yeah.
this is like just a bit of talk about your highlight and your career that you had so far in football. I just want to know, you are of Syrian origins. Your dad is originally from Syria. Have you
Yes.
ever visited Syria?
I would have loved to. My dad was born in Damascus, but my whole family is from Homs.
Okay.
My grandpa, Jaudat, it was from Homs. My grandma Amal was from Homs as well. We were planning on going to see Syria in 2011, 2012, around there. And then when the war started breaking out, it was very difficult for us to go. And we even thought of going later on, but it just kept, being more and more complicated. And I
Mm.
have a lot of friends that they know about Syria, and they go often. Here in Miami, there's a good amount of Syrians. I have a friend, Jude Alawa, if he's listening, I say hi to him.
We say hi
um,
to him. I don't know him, but we say hi, you know?
yeah. He's a
Yeah.
very, very cool guy, and he goes to Syria a lot, and he likes to help out his family over there and stuff.
Interesting.
But it's sad that I haven't been, man. I would love to go whenever I can.
So Shadi, now if the Syrian national team decide to call you in a few years' time or in a few months' time, I don't know, and say, we want you in the squad, would you consider this?
Of course. I think it would be a great option with a country as a that knows so much about football as Syria, where you see it everywhere. I mean, Syrians love football, and I know from family and I know from friends that it's a country in the Arabic world that loves football. I think it would be beautiful to represent them, and especially touching my origins, because I feel like I'm Syrian through my dad, and I love Arabic culture, but I would love to represent it as a country. I think it'd be something super interesting to do.
It is something really exciting. It's really good to hear that as well from you. Now, a lot of Syrian people are watching you in Syria and outside Syria. What message would you like to say to them?
I mean, I would love to tell them that I would love to play in front of them, and I would love to have them see me. I think that it's something super interesting. Syrians are all over the world, and I think that Syrian talent is something that can be found anywhere. I mean, I've never been to Syria, and I would love to get to know more about the Syrian, the national team and play for them, because I know that Syrians in general, they know a lot about football. So it'd be something interesting to have them look at me and kind of see me as part of them. It's something super interesting for me and super
You
exciting.
are part of us. We are so proud of you, of the things you achieved so far. Boca Juniors, Banfield, in Spain as well, playing professionally with 3 different clubs, Miami before. I really want to wish you a very good evening, very good luck as well. It was really nice to talk to you today.
Thank you. Thank you. Me too. I really appreciate it. And I'm glad you reached out, and hopefully it can work out, man. Hopefully I can put on that Syrian jersey and feel something special, man.
Definitely, definitely. We hope so. I will leave you with your mate now, and I will see you soon.
Take care, man.
Take
Thank you.
care.
Bye-bye.